This video will walk you through tutorial 9.6, which will show you how to make a multi-form project and access one form from another form. So for this one, we're going to start from scratch. We're going to make a new project and we'll make sure it's a Windows form project. Save it someplace easier to find. And we're going to name this thing as food facts. That's the name of my project. Click OK. And I'm going to right click here. I'm going to go rename. And the name of the form is going to be main form CS. Main form CS. And hit enter. You're naming a file. Would you like to perform? Yes. And now we're also going to change the text of the form to food facts. We're going to resize it a little bit, and we're going to view our toolbox, and we're going to add a container, which is a group box. We're going to add a group box, and our group box, the text for it is going to be select a food. And in this group box, we're going to add a couple of radio buttons. So there's going to be one radio button here, and this radio button, the text for it is going to be one banana. And then we're going to add another button, another radio button, and this one is going to be one cup popcorn. And then we're going to add another third radio button, and the third radio button is going to be one muffin. So those are three radio buttons grouped in my group box. Now let me go and name these according to the naming that I already have. So it's going to be a radio button banana, and we're also going to have radio button popcorn, and we're also going to have a radio button muffin. So those are the names of my radio buttons. And in addition to this, I'm going to add a couple of regular buttons underneath. There's going to be a button here that is going to be for, I'll say, this one is going to be button, let's just name it to what I have it as here. This one is going to be the button display food facts, and the text of this button is going to be display food facts. And then in addition to this button, I'm going to make another button, and this other button is just going to say exit, and that's all we're going to do for text for that one, and it's going to be button exit. So those are the two buttons that we're going to have in the form. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go and click file, actually project, and we go add Windows form. We're going to make sure Windows form is selected, and we're going to name this form. The name of the form is going to be nutrition form.cs. Nutrition form form.cs is the name of my new form that I'm creating. And there it is, it's been created. So now we have two forms in our project. We need to just change the text of this here. So instead of nutrition form, I'll say a nutrition info. And we're going to add a couple of labels. All right, we're going to add a label. One is going to be food. Then we're going to add another label. And this one is going to be calories. Then we're going to add another label. And this one is going to be fat grams. Then we're going to add another one. And this one is going to be my carb grams. So then I'm going to line them up a little bit with each other, right align them. And then the next thing is I'm going to go and add some more labels where I'm actually going to be displaying this information. So these labels here, the text is going to be just nothing. And I want to make sure that it's not auto-sized so that I can resize this thing, and the border style is going to be fixed single. So I'm going to make it like this big. All right, and it's going to be, I'm going to copy it and paste it a bunch of times for the rest. And then, there you go, close enough. So now one more thing we want to do here is let's add a button. And this button is going to be on the bottom, and this one is just to close. Okay, so this one is the button to close. So button close. And these are going to be my different labels. And this is going to be my label food, label calories, label fat grams, label carb grams. So this one is label food. This one is label calories. This one is label fat grams. And this one is label carb grams. So those are the names. And let's go and check this here. These names are also good. Okay, so all the names have been set. We have two forms set up. Now let's go ahead and write some of this code, which I have already pre-written, so I don't have to type it in front of you. So first of all, the button display food facts. What are we going to do there? Well, that's where all the code is going to be mostly. And what we're going to do here is let's just copy all this and I'll walk you through it. I'm going to copy this, paste it in there. Okay, so first of all, we have a problem. If I mouse over this thing, it tells me nutrition form label food is inaccessible due to its protection level. So I have to go to the nutrition form and I have to change the modifier of these labels. If I want to access the form's controls from another form, I need to change the modifiers here from private to public. So this is going to be public. This is also going to be public, right? This is also going to be public. And this one also needs to be public. So that now in my code, if I save this, right, you'll see that now there's no issue. So now I can access from my main form, I can access this other form because I changed these to public. So how is this going to work? Well, the way we do this is first we're saying we're going to create a new object of this form type that we created here, right? So it's going to be one of those. And then depending on which radio button was clicked on my main form, right? Depending on which one of these was clicked, then we're going to change the text of my other form to whatever text you see here. And that's all there is. Then the next thing that's going to happen is after we have changed the text of this form, then we're going to do this Nutriform show dialog, which is going to open up this object that I created up here of the nutrition form type, which is just going to pop up one of these and release control to that particular form. So if I run the program and I click display food facts, you're going to see this, and the close hasn't been set up yet. Muffin, display food facts, and cup popcorn, display food facts. So these are all changing, and the only other things that we need to do is just add this close for both of the forms. So that, and the main form, the exit, we want to add a this close, and test the program one more time. Banana, close, popcorn, close, muffin, close, and close the program. And there you go. Multi-forms and accessing form from another form and creating form objects inside of other forms.